Hey everybody, I thought I'd do a different sort of video. Sorry, hair's kind of crazy, which I like, but not too crazy. Anyways, different sort of a video today. I have been the last 2 weeks in January. I think it's the 18th or 19th today, and the scammers have really come out of the woodwork, and I don't know why. Both Mercari and eBay I've been taken advantage of and been trying to be scammed, but I'm not a new seller, so I recognize these methods. Now, on Mercari, I look like a new seller because I have low feedback. I haven't really been well established there, so I can understand trying to get, being the victim of a scam artist there, but on eBay, I'm a little bit surprised, but so I got to tell you about all these things just so you can watch out for them if you're a newer seller, or if you've experienced this to commiserate with me as I'm telling you these stories. If you like this type of video, or if you get some useful information from this one, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so let's start with the Mercari one, since that one makes more sense. So this one lady messaged me. I have a pair of shoes. I believe they're Air Jordans with the little hollow on the heel. They're youth size, but you can convert them into women's size. And this lady contacted me and said, "What's the lowest she'll go?" And I'm like, why don't they just make me an offer? But that didn't irritate me too much. What irritated me is she then proceeded to I don't want to say criticize, but she was correcting my listing. And criticizing, I guess, is the right word. And that's okay. I would like to learn if this person has a better idea, but I don't know them. I've never dealt with them. So it kind of, I got a little bent out of shape. So it's different. Like if somebody who I follow mentions something, that's different. Or somebody that I sort of know through the reselling world, like Hustle Q. In fact, if I can get a screenshot of his YouTube channel, I'll post it right here. Little shout out to HQ. If Mr. Quantrell contacted me and said, "Oh, Michelle, you got that wrong. You need to correct this," or, maybe it'd be better if you took pictures this way, or maybe it would be better if you did this, I would listen to him. I have talked to this man. He's not a complete stranger nitpicking, So I would listen to you and, take what you said into account and probably change my listing. This person, I don't know you. What the heck? And so I looked at their feedback, because they had feedback, and they're a reseller. I'm like, all right, I know what's going on. You want to get these shoes at a really low price and flip them. I know what you're doing. So, I didn't accept their offer. Then, and I forgot what their name was, but it was some kind of nickname or a shortened version of Jennifer. And a couple days later, I get an offer out of the blue from somebody else, about the same as what this other person was offering, maybe a few bucks more. And they, I'm like, oh, cool. So I'm like, let me go look at their feedback, because I'm in the habit of that. And they had zero feedback, brand new account. I'm like, oh, God, because I've been burnt by those people on eBay too many times and continue to get burnt by them. And then I look at the name, and I'm like, the name is Jennifer something. I'm like, this is the same person. I'm almost positive this is the same person who just created a new account and wants to get these shoes for a lower price so they can flip them. I'm like, no. So I hit decline, block that person, and block the person before, the reseller, the nickname for Jennifer or whatever. I'm like, maybe that's no reaction, but I'm like, dude, no, I'm not going that way. I wasn't born yesterday. I may look like it on Mercari, because I only have like 4 or 5 feedback, because I'm relatively new to that platform. But I've been reselling casually since the late 90s. I'm like, no. So that was my first one. Kind of dodged a bullet there. Who knows what they would have done. Maybe they wouldn't have done anything ratings-wise. Maybe they would have just flipped it. But I'm like, no, thank you. Moving on. This one's from eBay, and this one's a classic switcheroo scam. So I sold an article of clothing, and it's pants of some sort, and I sold it to somebody who has zero feedback, brand new account. And I didn't realize it until I looked later after the conversation with her that she created this account the day she bid on the item or bought the item. So red flags, should have just canceled it, but we all got to start at zero sometime, right? I got to stop doing this. So anyways, she pays right away. I'm like, awesome. I send her the item. She gets the item. She immediately says, it's the wrong size. I'm like, it's a small. And I took measurements. In the photos, I actually have the measurements, the waist and the inseam. And they're like, no, it's a medium. And she shows me this imprint of a tag, or it's not a tag. It's basically it's imprinted in the pants. And I'm like, mine didn't have that. I took a picture of the style tag, which is really long, and that's why I took measurements. And I even went to the company's website to see what the measurements are supposed to mean. And the measurements led me to believe it's a small. So I listed it as a small. This person shows a tag, it says medium. And I'm like, that's not my pants. She goes, you sent me the wrong items, do you have the small? I'm like, that's what I have. I only had one, I'm not a dealer, that's what I had. So they proceed to, take pictures, and they never opened a request. I'm waiting for it. It's been over a week since I've heard from them. And, no feedback yet. So I'm hoping the fact that I'm like, I have pictures of the measurements, you knew what you were getting. There is no tag on those pants. I'm hoping that they're fine, but I'm still waiting for the item not as described return request to hit. I'll let you know about that, but that is a classic when people will buy an article of clothing or buy something, and they will say, oh, it's broken, or oh, it's the wrong size, you need to give me a return, and then they get an item for free, basically, and you get their broken item back, and they keep the one you sent them. It happens a lot. It usually happens to new sellers, not to experienced sellers. Maybe I kind of turn them off by calling them on everything and, saying, hey, I have the size measured in the photos. What's the deal? I hope so, but I'm still waiting. They still have time to open that request, but hopefully it won't happen. But yeah, keep in mind with brand new buyers, there's a lot of red flags, and in a way I wish I would have just canceled the order. But we'll see. I'll let you know how it turns out. I've had some cuckoo birds email me before on eBay, but this one takes a cake. And I'm going to put it up here in all of its full glory, and I'm going to actually read it. And up to you if you want to block this person. It's just weird because they have a decent feedback score, and I'm not sure what happened, but this person, I'm shocked because this person does not understand how eBay works or how the U.S. Postal Service works. It's odd. But anyways, I'm going to read it while I post it up here, too. All right, new message. I was looking, all in caps, right away is bad. I was looking to purchase this item, but then you send me an email with your private offer because I showed interest in this item. Your private offer would save me $1.70. Are you kidding me? $1.70. That is insulting and cheap, very low income. How dare I offer a discount? My God. Well, sorry. And you're charging $6 something to ship the shirt. Are you kidding me? Okay, so it would go first class, but it's not quite a pound. It's close to that. And I do charge a handling fee. It's very small. It's like between 25 cents and 50 cents. And I do that per item. It kind of defrays the cost of the shipping supplies. Like bubble wrap. And it's also, it takes time to ship, and I should be paid for that. But I don't do it much because the U.S. Postal Service, the ridiculous shipping costs, I don't want to turn off the buyers for too high of prices. So I believe it was $6.22. If I didn't have my handling fee, it would have been like $5.80 or $5.78, something like that. So it still would have been close to $6. Anyways, moving on. There are other sellers showing the same item that I would buy from, even if the shirt cost more. Go for it. A savings of $1.70 is a waste of my time, and your offer is good for only 2 hours. I just got home and your offer has expired. Please remove me from your private offer list. There's so many things wrong with that. Sorry, how dare I offer a discount? which, by the way, was on top. It was on sale for 5% off, and then I offered another discount on top of that. Apparently, I'm rude for offering them a way to save money. Oh my gosh. So I sent an offer out. And those of you who sell on eBay know that offers are good for like either 24 or 48 hours, and then it expires. So I probably sent this offer when eBay told me to send it, or when it was eligible. And from that point, it's good for 2 days, 1 or 2 days. The fact that it expired 2 hours after they get home meant that they didn't check their email for a day or two. And that was the issue. But no, apparently I have a private offer list. That's not how it works. If you show interest in an item, eBay flags it, and the seller can send you an offer if they wish to. I usually do. I'm pretty aggressive on the send offers out. But yeah, eBay's the one who keeps track of that, so there's no way I can take them off of my send offer list. What I can do is block you. Thank you very much. Blocked. Because I posted that email up on my Instagram account just asking other resellers, what would you do in cases like this? And overwhelmingly, they're like, blockity, block, block. The next one I have, I'm not sure if it's a scam or if it's just a flaky person, but I'm including it. So this person contacted me through eBay, and he's local. He's like a town over. And he's like, oh, he wanted to buy 2 items, one for his grandson and one, I'm assuming, for like his wife or something. And he's interested, and he was asking about local pickup. And I'm like, I don't mind doing it. I just thought he meant outside of eBay, which maybe he did. I have no idea. But I know there's an option in eBay where you can tick a box and you can authorize local pickup, and then you have to just scan like a barcode when they come and pick it up, or when you meet and you hand over everything. So I went in to my listings that he was interested in. I changed it. Well, I added the local pickup option, contacted him back, and I said, hey, awesome. I went ahead and I made him available for local pickup. So, let me know. And he did get back to me. He's like, thank you for such a quick response. And then cricket, 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 cricket. You ever been ghosted? It's been over a week, and I haven't heard anything from him since that thing, thank you for getting back to me thing. So I don't know if that one's going to happen. It would have been nice. It was like $2 $30 items or so, but I'm not holding my breath. They're still up on eBay. If I sell them, great. If he gets them, even better. But maybe he was trying to do like a deal outside of eBay. I have no idea. This scam happens a lot, and it's not a scam because they're not trying to scam you out of the item, but I don't know if it's other resellers playing with you or just somebody who just doesn't want to commit to a price or to buy your product. But when I set up something, I usually always do I allow a best offer, and I'll do an auto accept and an auto decline amount just to save myself some time, so I don't have to go in and approve it or whatever. And I swear someone, and this has happened more than once, but this happened recently on my Nike Air Jordans, different pair than before. Anyways, someone was probably bidding up until they reached the point where I would accept the offer, or the auto accept it. And you're like, hey, great, they won, send them an invoice. And they never pay. And I think, this particular one, they actually canceled after that. They said, oops, didn't mean to bid on it. So they canceled it. And you're like, you're right. That leads me to another one. And this is kind of an additional one. And literally last night I sold one of my Callaroo Australian sweaters. And same thing, they were bidding up and they got the lowest one, and $40. You won, congratulations. Sent them an invoice, and they have not paid yet, and they have not canceled yet. So, I mean, they still could pay. Maybe it's just a slow payer, but I have a feeling that one's not going to pay. But we'll see. They still have about 3 days before the unpaid item strike hits them. And my final scam of the day, I have a high dollar item that somebody over in the UK seemed to be interested in. And they wrote me, though. They're like, I don't pay that much for shipping ever. Is there any way you can lower the price? I'm like, do you realize how heavy this item is? It's a book, but it's a big book. It's like this thick, but it's huge. It's a coffee table book, and it's very heavy. And USPS rates state priority, because it has to go priority because of how heavy it is, that it costs $80 to $85 to ship. And that's even, like I said, I have a for international shipping and handling, I have $1 handling fee. Even if I waive that, it's still going to be over $80, dude. But he was saying, I never pay over $30. I'm like, I bet you do on something this heavy. And I do use a global shipping program. I don't know how that affects what he sees on his end, but I did check. I went in and I typed in, I looked at my listing and I said, I'm from the UK, how much is it to ship? And it was $85. It's crazy. And I'm like, I have no control over the United States Post Office or their rates. Can I cut you a break? Yeah, but I can't eat that much money. I can't even eat $50, because then why sell the item? I'd rather sell it to somewhere in the US or Canada, because that's a lot cheaper. But yeah, I don't know what it is this month. They are coming out of the woodwork in January. I got a nut job, and I got a bunch of scammers, and then just people who just don't know how eBay works. I don't know. And they're all coming at once. It's like, man, these last 2 weeks have been brutal. But anyways, just keep your eyes peeled, and if you're a new reseller, just be aware of these scams, and there's a lot more out there. Watch other resellers, the ones who have had to deal with this, and build up your own armor so you don't get burnt and taken advantage of if you're new to the space. All right, you guys have a good one. Thank you for listening to my griping and my warning, and I will see you next time. Bye.